What's up, people? This is William Jones. I make videos about leaving religion. The purpose of the videos is to get you to think. Turn your brains on and think. And use logic and use reason and realize that religion is fake. So what's up, people? I haven't done a video in 3 months. And I don't know, I think I'm at the end of my doing videos, to be honest with you. I got with this video, it'll be 237 videos. I've talked about a lot. I've transformed a lot myself. And something I have in this catalog should be able to help you. So with that, I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about. I guess I can't worry about the algorithm because for some reason I can't get out here with the algorithm. So whatever with the algorithm. This is just for my core base, I have been, how do I say it? I have been like watching the religion aspect of life and the current political aspect of life with Trump being president again, destroying the country. And it's just hard for me to make a video with everything going on because there's so many similarities between politics and religion. It's like one and the same. And watching how Trump uses the gullibility of the the Christian nationalists to do what he's doing. These people will defend Trump like he's God. The same way you can say, well, God flooded the earth and killed all the babies and everybody, and they'll make an excuse. Well, that's because he's God. He created life. He can take life away, and it's okay when he does it. There's nothing you can say to a Christian about God where they'll be like, yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. They will not say that. And he has flipped that to himself. That no matter what he does, there's this core base he has that will not say what he's doing is wrong. And I just can't believe the stupidity of the country at this point. I guess, no. Let me just say that he has exposed the stupidity of Americans. I can't say I didn't know, because we said that when Maury came out, the TV show Maury, and they was doing the paternity test, and you are not the father and all that, we was like, Maury just showed you what had been going on. This didn't start when Maury was doing it. Men have been taking care of children that weren't theirs since way back. The show just exposed that it had been happening. Jerry Springer just put on TV what's been going on. We're just, with all the media now, we're just seeing it. So I just didn't know that there were so many stupid Americans. I didn't know. What I thought was just so obvious, people who are blinded by their politics, their religion, and their racism fall into the stupid people category. They really do. How do you say this? Okay, I watch videos of farmers who were about to lose their farms, and they asked and they said, well, Trump said he would deport illegal immigrants. Now, but 80% of your workforce are undocumented illegal immigrants. And then they will reply, well, I didn't think he would do it to us. So 80% of your workforce was undocumented, probably brought in by the 20% who were, but you voted for him. Now you don't have any workers and your food is rotting in the fields, and you're saying, I didn't think he would do it. Really? Really? I mean, y'all made a deal when Biden was in office that you could buy the equipment you needed to farm, and the federal government would reimburse you for those things. Okay, Biden goes out, Trump comes in, it's time to pay up, and he says, I ain't giving you shit. Now they're like, hold up, but we done spent all our money on this equipment. And on top of that, he adds tariffs and messes everything up. And now the folks you were selling to are not even buying from you. So now all the soybean farmers who were selling majority of their stuff to China, who used to be #1 in population at 1.3, and because they're only allowing that one child thing is catching up to them, have dropped down. Now they're #2. India has the most people, China #2. But they saw this in the first administration and prepared for it and went to Argentina and set up an infrastructure. So when Trump thought he was gonna pull the mess on China, China was like, we'll just cut you off. We've been setting this up 4 years ago. So we don't even need the soybeans. We'll buy from Argentina. So now they're buying soy from Argentina, nothing from America, but then Trump decides to give Argentina at first $20 billion because their people are starving and the bad conditions. Hello, America first. What about the people in America that are starving? They could use that $20 billion. Then they upped it to $40 billion. So now the competitors of the farmers you just bankrupted, you gave their competitors who are not America, this is not America first, you're giving them $40 billion. What are we doing here? The so-called, they call it the big beautiful bill, which would cause Americans to lose so much health care. And if those of you that follow me know, I'm dealing with that myself, trying to get insurance, medical insurance, to get my medications and to get the proper scans that I have of stuff been watched for years. I don't know if I could drop dead on the spot because I can't get an appointment. Why? Because I don't have the insurance and I can't pay it out of pocket. This is where we are. So y'all know he ain't making videos on religion. Fuck that. What I'm saying is I got real life stuff going on here. I cannot be alive by the end of this so-called administration because of medical issues, because of what he's doing. Hear me what I'm saying here. This is real. Medicaid. People got their parents or grandparents in the elderly facilities to take care of them. They're like, you got to come get them because y'all ain't paying. Medicare was paying for that. They're messing up the Medicare, Medicaid, and it's not paying, and nobody's paying out of pocket. You don't really go to the doctor and pay out of pocket. You got health insurance. He's messing all of this up. And when I made the videos on this, I had some people in my comments saying whatever. I block all of them now. I will block you for defending this nonsense. These folks, now they got to quit jobs to take care of parents or do what they got to do to take care of the parents because the facilities are sending them home. We're at a government shutdown because they say, oh, the Democrats is causing it. And you go, oh, Jesus is fake. Just so y'all say, oh, he ain't talking about religion. Jesus Christ is fake. I'm going to put that in there just for this, okay? Watch this. People about to lose their SNAP November 1st. TSA ain't getting paid. I don't know if you ever looked at TSA. I don't know how many of them you think going to show up to work knowing they not going to get paid. I got a cousin of mine. He's a air traffic controller. Air traffic controllers are not showing up at the airport. You can't take off without the air traffic controllers. They talk about the parks being shut down. I don't do government parks, all that, national parks. People do them. The rangers not getting paid. All the government jobs, they're not getting paid because Trump just wanted this to happen so he could cut and fire people. This is what is going on right now. So, you know, if you don't want to watch me, I'm not really making videos. You don't want to watch me, you want to unsubscribe, I don't care. The fact of the matter is, the country we live in is being torn down and destroyed. The same plan that Hitler followed, which destroyed Germany, Trump is doing the same thing. Mein Kampf, same thing. Y'all be like, this ain't going, I don't see it on the news. Right. He done put a chokehold on the news. They scared to talk about him because he'll sue them. The news. They don't talk about it. You got to go on YouTube to hear news because ABC, NBC, CBS will not give you the news. CNN, they won't give it to you. Fox will give you the fakest news because they'll only give you the false news that talks good about Trump. They lie about everything. And I can't believe America is so stupid to follow a person that is stupid. 2 people follow Trump. I can't even say it's 2. I give you 3. Stupid, uninformed, racist. MAGA. Every Republican isn't a racist, but every racist is a Republican. Believe that. They are attacking the Civil Rights Act so that black people's votes don't matter. They're gerrymandering, which means you cut up the place where, okay, we didn't win this area. How do we win this area? Well, we got to divide it up. Well, we cut it this way, so that way we get the votes. The people who vote for us, we cut it away from the ones that don't vote for us, and so we win that area. We gerrymander it. That's what they're doing. He's sending military troops into cities now to see how far he can go before it's time to vote, and he can throw in the Insurrection Act and say, oh, there'll be no voting. Ukraine is not voting. They're keeping Zelensky because they can't vote because they're at war. Trump said in office, he said, so y'all can't vote because you're at war? Okay. So that's his whole thing. He knows he's not doing his job. So what he wants to do is keep sending troops into states, hoping something will jump off and people revolt and something violent happen. We can say, oh, I gotta put in the Insurrection Act. No voting. No voting, so he can stay in power and get more power. This is ridiculous. That's why I don't make religious videos no more. Because the world I'm living, the religious world is just mythology. This is the real world. Back when I was 18 in high school, I did a rap on, teachers had me and two other rappers do a rap on government. And that's how I learned about government. So those that don't know the government, there's three branches: legislative, executive, judicial. And that happened because what? Because the so-called, I'm going to call it what they call the forefathers, those folks, they left England because politics and religion were one and the same. The church ran the state. You could not be an atheist back then or be vocal about it because the church ran the state. The Pope and they ran the state. Religion ran the state. And they said religion shouldn't do that. So they left the whole country, came over here and decimated the Native Americans who were black, Native Americans, which they call them Indians, and set up their own laws here. Right? But the whole thing was, we don't want any kings. No king. We don't want a king. Watch Schoolhouse Rock. No kings. So they set up a system where we're going to break it up. You're going to have the legislative branch. What's the legislative branch? This is where you had the House of Representatives and also the Senate. So you have the House of Representatives and the Senate. That's the legislative branch. Congress, you call them Congress, right? Okay. Then you have the executive branch. That's the president, right? Then you have the judicial branch. That's the Supreme Court. Now, which one is the highest one? The president? No. They're all the same because each one can shoot each one down. The president wants something done that's not constitutional. Supreme Court says, no, you can't do that. We want to go to war. President, I want to go to war. Take it to the legislation. No, we're not doing that. Checks and balances, that's what it's called. Checks and balances. Trump comes in, strong arms Congress. They have the majority. They know if they don't go along with him, he will badmouth them and they will not win their next election. We've seen it happen with Cheney, Liz Cheney. She went against Trump, did not win again, and the Trump loyalists came in. And what they do is whatever he wants, that's what they do. So in effect, now the executive branch controls the legislative branch. No, there's supposed to be checks and balances. No, but when he strong arms them and they so scared that they won't get reelected and get that money and the privileges, they go along with him. He's now absorbed that branch. Judicial branch. Brett Kavanaugh, the other girl, he appointed a whole bunch of them judges over there. 9 judges over there. He appointed the judges over there. And Clarence Thomas with his kiss ass self, he appointed the judges over there, right? And he ain't appointed Clarence, I'm just saying. So now he wants something done, then they go along. He's chokeholding the Supreme Court. Sometimes they stand up, but a lot of times they don't, because why would you give a president immunity when nobody's supposed to be above the law? If you do wrong, here you are. You are accountable to the law. And they did all this dragging their feet and not charging him with the insurrection. Farney Willis here in Georgia messed it up, bringing your ex-lover boyfriend into the case. When you deal with a criminal like Trump, you gotta be clean. They're gonna comb through your stuff and find out, oh, she was in a relationship with him. Oh, this is a witch hunt. Witch hunt. Oh, it's not right. Lost that. Y'all had 3.5, 4 years to charge this man with stuff, and y'all dropped the ball on every front. except for Letitia James. Hers got him 34 felonies, but we couldn't do nothing because next thing you know, he was back in office. How could he do an insurrection in 2001, January, right? And y'all drag y'all feet all this time and he's back president again. It'll never happen. I'm just so frustrated looking at all this mess happening. Now you got Mike Johnson in the House Speaker who shut down the House because he doesn't want to swear in the woman from Arizona who's going to sign off so they can open the Epstein files. So what does he do? Shuts down the whole House. We're on vacation. But when the Republicans was in there, he sworn them in the next day. They're protecting something. They always say you hide. Why y'all so scared of the Epstein files? Pam Bondi of the DOJ? What are y'all hiding? Who are you protecting? Go up. Who's all of their boss? Who's the boss of Mike Johnson, Pam Bondi, Cash Patel of the who runs the FBI? Who's the boss? Who's the boss? Trump. That's who you're protecting. Now he's tearing up the White House to make a tacky-ass ballroom that nobody asked for. For 128 people asking for, nobody asked for a ballroom that will be bigger than the White House. Obstructing views. You tore down over 100 years that the East Wing hasn't been touched. Historical. You just tore it down. Took the overall, put all this gawky ass gold all over. Look tacky. Like you threw rims on a Rolls Royce. A Rolls Royce is fine. You don't need spoke rims on a Rolls Royce with a spoiler kit. It's a Rolls Royce. Leave it alone. It's historical. You done tore it all up. I'm just frustrated. And the fact that the majority of Americans don't even know what's going on. I was talking about it don't affect me. What country you live in? What country do you live in? It affects you. You don't see the price of groceries going up. It affects you. You don't see the price of homes and vehicles and stuff. It affects you. And you're just seeing the beginning of it. It's going to get worse. Benito Mussolini from Italy. When they put him in power, what did he do? Cut the media off. All the judges, he cut it off. Everything went through him. It's the same playbook. Hitler did it. This is what happened. And the people got so crushed that when Mussolini died, you can go online, look at the pictures. Him and his girlfriend, they got shot and killed by a guy who was supposed to turn him in. He just killed him. Took him to the square, and people just kicked their bodies, spit on their bodies, shot their bodies, then they hung them upside down at a gas station. This went on for days and days and days, just abusing their bodies because of the way he treated the people. So Hitler was so opposed about that he supposedly killed himself and Ava Gardner, his girlfriend, which they didn't. They escaped and went to Argentina. They did not die in that bunker. He said what you want to say, because he didn't want that to happen to him. So they had some fake bodies that they burned and said it was Hitler and his girlfriend, him and his wife, girlfriend at the time. It didn't happen. I'm just saying. Get mad at me, look it up yourself. Hitler died in 1961, something like that. He did not die April 30th, 1945. Didn't have. He died in Argentina way later. Here we are with a dumb man that wants to be a dictator. He told the people he wanted to be a dictator. Just day one. You tearing up the White House. The Rose Garden that Obama put there. So beautiful. He tore it up, put concrete there. Who just want concrete there? Now you want a ballroom where you said you wouldn't touch the White House, but you're tearing it up to add this ballroom that nobody asked for, and 90% of Americans will never enter it. These poor white people, they just want to hurt somebody so bad, they vote against their own interests. Truth be told, when it comes to SNAP, all that welfare, they always want to put the black folks out there, but truth be told, there's more white people on welfare than black people. Truth be told. Trump says, I love the uneducated. So if you love him, you're probably uneducated. He said, smart people don't like me, and I don't. So somebody who tells you, I love the uneducated and smart people don't like me, but you support him, what are you? You're either uneducated, you're not smart, or you're racist. Say what you want to say. Every business the man had folded. Anytime you can sink a casino, you are not a good business person. People come to casinos to literally give their money away. I'll put it into perspective. Here in the Atlanta area, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened, I'm speaking for me, I have never seen a commercial in Atlanta for a parking garage. Hey, come down to Atlanta, such and such parking garage. Park your car here with us. Feel safe, park your car here. No, you just drive into Atlanta and there will be a lot of parking garages. And if they don't have it blocked off with the thing that says full, you're going to pull it. You don't know the price. You're going to pull in there. I've seen them take yards with potholes and make them into parking garages around the old Atlanta football stadium before they made the Mercedes-Benz ones. You don't advertise a parking garage because a parking garage will take care of itself. You put 1 or 2 people in booths and just the full sign ain't up, they're going into the parking garage. You don't advertise it. It runs itself. Back to the casino. You have a casino, people love to gamble. They will show up and just give money to the casino, but you bankrupted your casino because you had your casinos competing against each other. People tell you, don't put the casinos in the same area because you're competing. So I'm going to put a McDonald's on this corner and then put another McDonald's on this corner. Why would I put 2 McDonald's on a commercial on the corner while they compete against each other? Why? That's stupid. And what happened? Bankrupted. Trump had steaks. He made steaks. Bankrupted. He bought an airline, Trump Airline. Bankrupted. Trump University, false, fake, getting sued, gone. Trump had a board game, imitating Monopoly, gone. Name it, whatever he did, it folded. Whatever he touches turns to shit. Bankrupted. And we was like back in the day when we have internet, oh, he rich, he just protected his money. No, he didn't know what he was doing. His father, Fred Trump, who was a racist also, didn't want him renting to black tenants in his properties, and they got sued for it. Always had to bail his son out of deals that always sunk. Now, Fred Jr., the oldest son, named after Fred Sr., but fell into alcoholism and died in his 40s. That was the one that was supposed to be here, but since he died, he had to give it to the stupid son, Donald. And the stupid son could have just fell back and just lived and had money on top of money, because it would have just been in the bank, so whatever, it would have just interest, he would have just, what did he do? Lose it all. Lost all of his money. Now, you got a network later, they want to come do a show about a CEO to do The Apprentice. They went to real CEOs. Can you do this show, The Apprentice? I can't do that show. I got an actual business to run. All the CEOs said, I have a business to run. I ain't got time to do a TV show. So what did they do? They picked somebody who everybody thought was a successful businessman, but was a joke in the business world. They went to him. They made a fake office, the helicopters. They made all the fake stuff, make it look good, like he was so successful, when he was broke when he did the show. He was broke. He did the show. It blows up because everybody thought he was successful. But he wasn't. He was a failure. He had the opposite of the Midas touch. Midas touch, everything he touched turns to gold. Everything he touched dies and dries up and goes into bankruptcy. Does like 14 seasons of this. Fools all the Americans and thinking he's successful. Even Young Jock on this song, it's going down. I'm going to be the black Donald Trump. Everybody, we talked about Trump like that. We thought he was successful like that. It was all a front. Even when he got on Forbes' list, he lied and used his father's wealth to say that was his net worth. It wasn't. It was his father's, not his. He didn't have money. He even called the folks up, lying, saying he was somebody else, to tell them that he had, that Donald Trump has all this money. It's always been a facade. Everything's been a facade. It has been. So, we're watching the country now. Canada, our ally, Canada, when in World War II, when we stormed Normandy in Germany, Canada was with us, the U.S. They were with us. They were our allies. Everybody, Canada. Now, they ain't even messing with us. Canada ain't messing with us. Canada. You messed that up. Tell you you're going to make them the 51st state. I'm just so disgusted at what's going on, because I'm seeing the politics and the religion playing the same thing right now. It's all the same thing. I'm watching it go on. These people have made this guy the God King, and they will flip and lie about everything to protect him. And the stupid Americans believe it. I got some of my own family members, I told them, vote for Kamala. I'm trying to tell you, what has the Democratic Party ever done for us? This ain't the time for that. This ain't the time for that. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Like I said, I voted for Bush twice. Being under Creflo Dollar, and he put that on us when I was in religion. I voted for Bill Clinton. I voted for George W. Bush. I voted for Obama twice. I voted for Hillary, didn't want to, but I don't feel bad about it now. And I voted for Kamala. I did that. So I didn't know nothing about no left wing, right wing, conservative, liberal. I ain't know nothing about that. I sat in the ballroom for Bob Barr when he voted against, when he ran against Obama back on the second election. I set the ballroom up for the independent, the Libertarian Party. I saw it on TV like, hey, I did that. All I'm saying is we're watching this country in real time go down. Russia said years ago, we will not destroy the America from the outside. They'll destroy themselves from within. And that's what's going on right now. Right now, we're being destroyed from within. And I don't understand how we're just letting this happen. It's just crazy to me. And the Christian nationalists want to just make the country. So on top of having a dictator, then y'all want to make the country Christian? This is why they started it. To get away from kings and religion. Separation of church and state. And we're going right back to this? If you don't want to follow me, I don't even care. I don't know how many videos I'm making after this. I'm just watching all this unfold. I'm pissed off about it. It's just stupid because I won't be here to experience. I don't know if I live through this administration if I can't get my medical stuff done. So it is what it is. My kids and my grandkids gonna deal with. My own kids could have voted against me living through this. You know, honestly. So it is what it is. He ain't talking about religion. Jesus Christ is fake. Everybody knows Jesus Christ is a myth. I ain't say Jesus, I said Jesus the Christ. Ain't no son of God, ain't none of that. There's much more to that, a whole lot I can talk about that. But I just wanted to get this off my chest. I ain't said it in 3 months, so I said this. Watch it if you watch it. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. But when history comes back and shows what I said, I spoke up and said about this before this country turns to more shit than it already is. See y'all if I do another video. Peace.